Yo guys, what's going on? It's Danny Mac here with Nerd Hype, and we are back for another video. Sorry, my voice kind of cracked right there. We're coming back for another video with Sun and Moon updates. The Sun and Moon updates that dropped yesterday, and I'm gonna actually start off this video with a little bit of an apology, seeing as how we were. I was having some technical difficulties on my computer. I'm not gonna lie, it just kind of derped out on me a little bit. So this video was actually supposed to drop yesterday around noon Pacific time. However, I literally just got everything sorted with my computer, but I'm still making this video because I want to make this video. It's an awesome video. I really want to talk about Sun and Moon because I am beyond hype. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this stuff. So let's talk about these starter Pokemon, shall we? First off, let's start with Rowlet's evolution. It's looking pretty cool. I mean, it's got the little emo haircut, you know, the little, like looking like an 80s movie villain, you know what I mean? Looks like you have to beat it down in a down sled race down a mountain type of dude to save the resort or whatever you guys are on, you know what I mean? But anyway, his name is Dartrix. This is the Blade Quill Pokemon. It obviously retains its grass flying type, and it retains its ability Overgrow, considering it is a grass type Pokemon starter. But I don't know, I think the design's pretty cool. You know, it's decent enough. A little step up from Rowlet, who was spherical, kind of like if you watch Drake and Josh. But let's read up about it. And my voice is not agreeing with me today. Dartrix is extremely sensitive to other presences in the area and can detect opponents behind it and throw feathers to strike them without even seeing them. This Pokemon conceals a sharp-bladed feathers inside of its wings, showing astounding precision as it sends them flying in attack. And it goes beyond propelling its blade quills in simple straight lines. It can even bend these feathers and change their trajectories. Yo, my boy Dartrix out here trying to be Hawkeye and Green Arrow or something. Like, you know, someone's gonna call it that once we get it out. But revealing a certain snobbiness in its personality, Dartrix cares a great deal about its appearance, grooming its feathers in every spare moment. In truth, it's also a bit of a bird brain, with a tendency to bungle things up. Once it makes a mistake, it sometimes gets into a desperate struggle to gloss over the situation and ends up making a bigger mess than ever. So this definitely sounds like the teenage Pokemon, like a teenager. Like, y'all remember those days we were teenagers, or even if you're a teenager now, sometimes you don't even know what you're doing, but you're like, screw it, I'm gonna go for it. You try to cover up the situation and end up making a bigger mess. That just happens. At times, this Pokemon feels so bothered by its dirty or ruffled feathers that it can't focus in battle. When it loses its focus, it sometimes even retires from the battle on the spot. It's up to each trainer to help Dartrix overcome this troublesome stage. If this Pokemon is with a trainer who helps it through, its strength will grow hugely. That's awesome, though. I mean, that's kind of a cool concept right there. It has its own personality, which I kind of like. Now, I wonder with this if you're going to have to actually groom it, or it's not going to like you. You're going to have to groom it in the, I forget what it was called. I'll put it up in the, I'll put it up right here on the screen right now, what it was called. But, you know, kind of like the knockoff of Pokemon to me. But, yeah, this is the evolution of Rowlet right here, aka one of the most popular starters. Now, let's move on to the next. We're going to go and we're going to check out Litten's evolution. It's lit, fam. Now, this is actually my personal favorite starter. This is probably the one I'm going to run through in the playthrough of Sun and Moon whenever we get around to that, which I can't wait. Especially, I cannot wait to start streaming Sun and Moon on the channel. It's going to be amazing. But we got Torracat here, which is the Fire Cat Pokemon, and it does retain its ability Blaze. Like, people are kind of complaining. They're saying that it's just a beefed up Litten, you know, but there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. I kind of like that it's a beefed up Litten, you know, and speaking about it, like, with Rowlet, like, I was actually going to show... I'm going to show Rowlet's evolution right here, which I forgot to talk about for a second, but there were Chinese leaks, and if you're not aware of the Chinese leaks and you don't want things spoiled for you, just look away right now and then come back to this video at a later time. But if not, I'm actually posting right here. This is actually Rowlet's right here. Its final evolution according to those Chinese leaks, and it does look very similar with the blade quills on its wings and everything. And next up is Torracat's evolution, which looks right here like it's going to be a wrestler. Like, people are complaining it's going to be firefighting, this and this and that. I'm like, what? That's okay. I got no problem with that. Firefighting is great typing. If you don't believe me, ask Infernape and ask Blaziken, because those things will still beat your team up, like, for real. So this is Torracat. My personal favorite. Again, I'm saying that because I am going to start with Litten, but let's read up about it before we get too judgmental about it. The bell-like object attached at the base of Torracat's neck is a flame sac, an organ that can produce flames. Ugh. Torracat's emotions causes a rise in the organ's temperature, and when the organ spits flames, it rings with the high, clear sound of a bell. That boy out here splitting flames, man. It's got the clear sound of a bell. That bell's gonna be on that sample track on the beat, you feel me? It's gonna spit flames on its mixtape. In all seriousness, no. Torracat attacks using the flames emitted from this bell. Torracat's mane serves as an excellent sensory organ, and it can see what's going on, and it can sense what's going on around it, even in the dark. Ooh. It can also detect the presence of hidden enemies now, even in the dark. Now, we've been actually, going back to this picture, we've actually been thinking a lot. We've been, I guess, prophesizing, oh, that's not the right word, but we've been kind of predicting that this could actually turn into a Fire Dark, which would be an awesome typing. I'd love it. We haven't had a really decent Fire Dark in a minute, so this would actually be pretty cool. I'd be okay with that. Torracat has a great love for battle and will attack so relentlessly that his opponents lose the will to fight, and yet sometimes behaves like a spoiled child in front of trainers or Pokemon with whom it has built up a relationship of trust. Doesn't that sound like a cat to you guys? Like whoever you cat owners? Like me, I'm a dog person personally, but I mean, does your cat not act like the biggest killer in the world and acts like a spoiled brat in front of you when you want to feed it? Either way, the cat punch that this Pokemon can dish out with its strong forelegs is extremely powerful. It can bend iron bars and knock out large men with a single blow. Yo, calm down, Torracat. This thing is strong. Iron bars and knock out large men. It's out here trying to knock out Brock Lesnar with a single cat, man. Come on, we can't do that. But that kind of just like that actually really just gives more testament to this picture where it looks like it's going to evolve into this, like a wrestler. It's a strong wrestler. It looks strong. It looks beefy, and I personally love it. I mean, people are complaining about it. Oh, does it stay on 4 legs? I like it, and you can disagree with me. And if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. But I think I love them. I'm cool with that. So moving on to the third and final one, we've got this one. We've got Poplio's evolution, Brionne or Brionne. I have no idea how it's going to be pronounced, but this is the category Popstar Pokemon, so it's got its Lady Gaga going on right now with all these weird stuff and the things on its head. I mean, it looks adorable, but it looks really feminine, which is like a complaint that several people are bringing across Twitter and stuff like that, and other forms of social media. But obviously retains Torrent. Let's read up about it. Brionne learns its dances by imitating the other members of its colony. It sometimes even learns dances from humans. This Pokemon is a hard worker and pours itself into its efforts until it has memorized each dance. As it dances, Brionne creates balloon after balloon. In battle, it first sends its opponent into disarray with its dancing, and then slaps its balloons into its target, causing the balloons to explode and deal damage. Brionne can dance in a perfect time with others, even if they have only just met. On moonlit nights, you can sometimes see throngs of Brionne dancing as one in perfect fluidity. Brionne always acts cheery and positive, even when it's feeling sad. This Pokemon doesn't allow its sorrow to show. It's said that Brionne will only reveal a sad expression to a Pokemon or trainer to whom it has opened its heart completely. Well, I really don't even think I have too many good opinions about this Pokemon. Like, I personally don't like it. That's not one that I would start off with right off the bat. But this thing's looking mighty like the one in the Chinese leak, and I'll post it right here as well. It looks just like it. Look at these frills. Look at it's going to turn from a performer to a pop star into a siren, which we all know sirens are known for their songs that lure sailors to their deaths or whatever, but I doubt that's going to be the case with this one, or you never know, the Pokedex can get pretty dark. So I mean, it definitely has potential to be a cool Pokemon. Like, this thing actually looks like it could be evolve into a water fairy type, and that would be amazing stab and amazing typing. Considering we already know what a Azumarill does, that thing's a monster with crazy stats and everything, so this could actually potentially be very good. It might actually potentially be the best starter if it does get fairy typing, as much as I don't personally like it right now. But I mean, I'm willing to give every single Pokemon a chance, because come on guys, it's Pokemon, we love them all. Yes, even the Trubbishes, even the Mucks, even the Electrodes, we love Pokemon. It is what it is. So yeah, that's Brionne. We're actually going to move on to a couple other things that I wanted to talk about. We'll talk about the global link in a second. I actually want to talk about this right here. because we're actually getting a demo in 2 weeks. Well, it's less than 2 weeks. It would have been 2 weeks if I recorded this yesterday like I was supposed to, but yeah. So basically in 13 days, we're going to be getting a demo on the same Tuesday. On the 18th of October, we're going to get a special Sun and Moon demo version that is going to be available on the eShop. And then you're going to be able to, this is the highlight of it, is that you're going to be able to get Ash-Greninja, or a special Greninja inside of the demo. Kind of like in the Oras, you were able to get the Steelixite and the Glalie from the demos. But what I'm excited about for the demo, which some of you might not be, is that people are going to data mine this thing. Like, I don't know if Game Freak made extra precautions for the demo not to be data mined, but who knows. Last time they data mined it, they found stuff like the Lottie Twin Megas, etc., etc. They might find more stuff here, and that's what I think is cool. I think it's really cool that we might be able to get some stuff. Like, personally, spoilers don't ruin the thing for me. It just makes me enjoy it more, like the anticipation of it. But if you, just as a warning, if you don't like spoilers and you don't want your game spoiled, then by all means, don't, like, be wary. Be wary of the internet, like, be wary of, like, certain links you might click. And if I definitely cover any of those spoilers on this channel, I will definitely put a spoiler tag to make sure that you guys are not spoiled if you do not want to be. But right here, we're going to talk about what it says right here is like a Pokeball containing a Greninja from a certain someone. An adventure separate from those in Pokemon Sun and Moon is about to begin. So we're actually going to talk about Ash-Greninja real quick before we come back to this. So this is the Ash-Greninja that we're going to be receiving. If you're familiar with the anime, X, Y, and Z, Ash's Greninja was able to turn into this thing, which they dubbed Ash-Greninja because of its appearance. It's still retaining its Water Dark typing, the Ninja Pokemon category, but it's getting a brand new ability called Battle Bond. Now that's actually really interesting. Let's read up about it. Ash-Greninja is powered up thanks to the strength of its bonds with Ash. With this form, Greninja takes... This is the form Greninja takes when it has gained a new power due to the miraculous occurrence known as the Bond Phenomenon. This can be brought on by the bonds between people and Pokemon. It seems that it has only have known to occurred once, several hundred years ago. Now, with this, I'm wondering if with this 100 years ago thing, if it's actually talking about another Greninja that did it, and if it's just an innate Greninja ability, or if it's talking about like something like... Oops, someone's calling me. Sorry about that, guys. Where's my phone? You can tell I love Pokemon. I'm just gonna let it ring. You can just enjoy that in the background. But yeah, I'm wondering if it's gonna do this, like for it's talking about Greninja, or if it's talking about maybe AZ's Floette. And I think that would be pretty awesome if it was, considering everything that I would really love to drop some Light of Ruins and get it in this game. You know what I mean? Because that's a strong move. And if you don't know about Light Ruin, go ahead, Google it, check it out. There were some animations that were leaked because of it, I think out of one of the other data minings from the old games or something like that. But either way, let's continue with Ash-Greninja. Ash-Greninja's leg strength has been enhanced compared to an ordinary Greninja, making it difficult to see because of the speed at which it can move. It takes enemies out in a flash. It becomes able to make giant water shurikens on its back, and it can throw them out in rapid succession. So I'm wondering if this means it's going to have actual, it's going to be stronger than its original Water Shuriken form. I think it was only about 15 base power, just like, basic multi-hit remove, something like that. But I wonder if it's going to make the base power of the attack even stronger. Who knows? Like, if you've seen the anime, like, I'm not going to try to spoil it for you guys again. Once again, if you don't like spoilers for the anime, don't watch here. Fast forward about 10 seconds, but yeah, Ash does lose in the league. However, the battles were amazing. Greninja kicked ass, and I thought it went ham on some people, and it did do these giant water shurikens, as you can see up here. These water shurikens are big on its back. Those are not wings. That's its water shuriken. Kind of looking like Naruto out here, you know what I mean, with them giant shurikens. But yeah, that'd be interesting if it made it actually stronger form. Greninja that can become Ash-Greninja have an ability that no Pokemon have ever had before. Battle Bond. The Battle Bond ability triggers this Pokemon's form change to Ash-Greninja after it causes an opponent's Pokemon to faint. When the battle ends, this Pokemon returns to its original Greninja form. This form is only for battles where it needs to break the limits. Now let's talk about Greninja for a second here, guys. Greninja is fast, okay? Base Greninja is fast. I think at max Timid, nature, it ends up running at about 377 speed, which means it outspeeds most of the normal non-mega Pokemon in OU. Some of the strongest threats, it can actually knock them out because it's faster, it's strong, it's got Protean, right? Well, this one isn't going to have Protean, it's not going to get the stab boost from every move. However, I'm willing to bet that this Ash-Greninja is going to have stronger stats considering it's faster. I think it's going to have better special attack, maybe better attack. And it's still going to have a great move pool. Like, Greninja has a really great move pool, so this thing could potentially be Uber's, or, you know, I hope it isn't, you know, because in the XY metagame, I really had fun battling with Greninja, and I was really bummed in the Oris metagame when it got, you know, banned, but as Greninja's become one of my top favorite Pokemon, which, speaking of which, I actually got to do a top 10 favorite Pokemon for the channel, which I will be working on that soon, so stay tuned for that. But let's go back to what I was talking about before. With this, it says a certain someone. Now again, spoilers for the anime, but I don't even know if it's happened yet or if it's true, but what I had read somewhere was that in the anime, Ash was supposedly going to give away his Greninja, or he was going to release it. Now, if they're actually calling it Ash-Greninja, is there a possibility for Greninja to actually be given to you by Ash, which would make Ash a canon character in the games? I think that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, moving on to the next thing. Let's go over here to this cool features over here, and we're going to talk about the Pokemon. Well, first of all, let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about Mega Evolutions. Now, Mega Evolutions are 100% confirmed to return in Pokemon Sun and Moon. As you can see, you got Dexio, and I forget what her name is, but they are the assistants for Professor Sycamore in the X and Y, and it looks like they've grown, so there's an indication of a time skip. Or it might just be different animation, I don't know, but it's showing them here that they're actually giving the player the Alakazam to evolve Mega Alakazam. Well, I just lost it there. But yeah, they're definitely coming back. So don't be thinking that there's going to be no Megas. They're definitely going to get your Megas. Like, we can go through the gallery here. Now, this is what's interesting that I found right here, is that it looks like you're going to have to earn some of these via BP. So you're going to have to go through either a Battle Maison, a Battle Resort, kind of like in the previous games, or maybe the Return of the Battle Frontier. Who knows? That would be awesome, though. I would love to take on the Frontier Brains. But yeah, like, we got, you know, your Mega Lucario, your Mega Kangaskhan, your Mega Salamence, all those uber monsters, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Your Megas are confirmed. But here's what I really want to talk about. You know, this is like the big get for me. Besides, obviously, the starter evolutions, like, that was a lot of cool stuff. But we got the Pokemon Global link, and it's updated. So let's read up on that. The Pokemon Global link, the website that links to Pokemon Sun and Moon, is due to be updated and reopened on Friday, November 18th, aka the release of Pokemon Sun and Moon. With the release of Sun and Moon, the Pokemon Global link, and it just pretty much repeats what I said up there, will end its current Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X and Y service and will be updated to work with Pokemon Sun and Moon. New functions will be added in the update that will let you enjoy Pokemon battles even more. Now, I mean, we all kind of guessed that that was going to happen, as far as like happened with, you know, Black and White 2, and the Platinum meta, like, services just stopped being offered for those games because they want to focus on the new stuff. There's going to be so many people playing this game, guys. Like, you know, you have your Global link and you have your basic stuff. You have your battle rules, your singles, your doubles, special battles, but this is the big get right here, is that we're going to have VGC rules from day one, and you're going to be able to play that on the internet day one of Sun and Moon. Now, let's talk about these rules. The new fourth set of rules will allow trainers to play year-round using the official rule set for the Pokemon World Championships, the competition that's held every year to decide the world's strongest Pokemon trainers. You'll be able to experience the World Championship 2017 rules right from the start, beginning on Friday, November 18th. And the main points for the World Championship 2017 rules are that their double battle format is limited to Pokemon that only appear in the Alola region Pokedex, excluding some legendary and mythical Pokemon. Now, that's actually interesting, because that means, like, just like when, you know, other games first come out, you're only going to be able to use Pokemon that are obviously available only in the Alola Dex, probably not the National Dex, and that's going to be it. This second one, though, is the big kicker. The use of Mega Stones is no longer allowed in VGC for 2017. Now, that's interesting, because a lot of people were complaining that Mega Stones and Mega Evolutions and things like that were kind of breaking the meta, like they were too strong, like Pokemon that were immediately banned, or just people can just abuse them like in the middle of matches. Like, you can't go into a match in VGC nowadays without seeing a Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, Mega Kangaskhan, things of that nature. So sorry about that. Looks like somebody hit me up on Facebook, but yeah, so no more megas on the championship battles. And this is pretty much just reiterating what the first point said, that only Pokemon obtained Sun and Moon may be entered. Now, here's the big kicker for me. This is something that I thought was really cool. Battle with other players' Pokemon. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, you can register Pokemon that you often use in battle teams, which can contain anywhere from 1 to 6 Pokemon. You could set up a maximum of 6 battle teams, and the same Pokemon can be registered, to several battle teams simultaneously. Now, that's awesome. That makes it more like a showdown mechanic, in my opinion. This is like, they're really trying to ramp up the competitive scene. Because check this out. You can have this team, right? This is one team. You can have 6 of these teams set up and ready to go whenever you're ready to battle. At any point. Now, say for example, you take this Landorus. It's a really good Landorus, you know, Choice Scarf, got a bunch of good moves. Maybe it's a Dual Dance, something that you're really good at using. That's your favorite Pokemon. Let's say that for battles. You can have this Landorus on all 6 teams if you want, or on any amount of teams you want, and it will be the same Landorus. You won't have to make another one and register it to a team. That's awesome. Here's the other cool part, though. When the Pokemon Global Link is updated for Pokemon Sun and Moon, a new feature will be available: QR rental teams. Players will be able to publicly share their own teams and use battle teams as designed by other players. Public battle teams can be used by scanning in the QR code patterns from the Pokemon Global Link. You can take part in link battles and certain rating battles using a battle team you've rented. You may even be able to try battling using the Pokemon of expert players like the victors of the World Championships. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. See, as a competitive battler myself, for those of you who aren't aware, like, we kind of just want to get out there and battle. Like, a huge thing that's caused a problem in the Pokemon community itself is people are always arguing like, oh, you didn't raise your own Pokemon, like, you didn't breed them, you didn't do this, and that's all well and fine if you do. But some of us competitive players just want to get out there. We just want to run through the game, enjoy the game, get the story done, and then just battle. Go straight to the meta. Start building the meta. And those are the people that build the meta game for more of you casual gamers, like the people who just want to go out there and be competitive from day one. Okay? Now, you know, more power to you if you enjoy breeding. Like, I personally, I would consider myself, I guess, a competitive battler and a collector second. And there's all kinds of Pokemon trainers. There's trainers, there's collectors, there's breeders, you know, etc., etc. You know, and that's perfectly fine if you take pride in breeding your Pokemon. Like, I've bred some Pokemon, I've raised them up a bit, and I thought it was awesome. I thought it was cool to have that, and it was like my baby. You know what I mean? But in this case, if you want to just go out there and get a team and start battling, this is perfect, because you can just go and scan a QR code. You don't even have to own those Pokemon. You could have that team and use it in battle. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like a showdown mechanic, because for those of you that don't know how showdown works, you can actually back up your teams onto a text format, and you can either copy and paste those teams into a notepad, send it to a friend, or you can put it on Pastebin, or I send it to a friend, and they could automatically just take that text, put it into their showdown, and boom, they have the team. So it seems like they're kind of following suit with that, and I think that's pretty awesome. We're going to be able to get a lot of gameplay with this, honestly, and I can't wait to start doing Wi-Fi battles, and I guarantee you I'm going to start using QR teams. It's going to be pretty cool if you guys actually want to leave QR teams for me to use, if you wanted me to use your teams, in comments, and then I could just scan them, and I could use them, and then we'd all have a good old time. So yeah, I'm super hyped for this, guys. This is going to be really amazing. There's one more thing that we could talk about. It's not that big of a deal. It's kind of more like a mini-games thing. Festival Plaza, it's kind of just, you know, mini-games you could play with other players over Wi-Fi, and that's pretty cool. I mean, it seems like you can get perks from it. Like, you can raise your Pokemon's base stats by participating in certain things, by using festival coins here, which, as we saw in other trailers, that you use festival coins in order to get new customizable clothes, contact lenses, etc., for your characters. So I think this is going to be worthwhile for playing. It's going to give you a lot more stuff to do with other players besides just play the game. And this seems like more for the people that aren't into the competitive scene as much, that just want to play the Pokemon game for fun. And I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a cool feature. like, no pun intended on this. But another thing that we do have that they announced was the Pokepelago. Now, the Pokepelago is actually pretty cool. I think that's awesome because it finally gives use to those Pokemon that are just sitting in your box taking up space, you feel me? Or, you know, that just aren't doing much, that you're not using through your main playthrough. It seems like here that they can actually do stuff like raise their base stats by training. They could attract wild Pokemon. They could find items for you. They go treasure hunting, and they can find certain stuff for you. You know, like, for example, we can look it through here. It looks like they added a Scyther, a Pick-a-Peck, and a Skarmory. Like, if it joins that island, and you could possibly join your team, and boom, you got a Pokemon you weren't able to get. Even tells you the natures and gender, which is actually pretty cool. Now, this one is the one I'm hyped for because sending your Pokemon to find items for you while you're doing your playthrough is pretty cool because it looks like you can find all kinds of like Moonstone, Leafstone, Thunderstone, stuff like that. Items that you probably won't be able to get in-game as easily. You can have your Pokemon hunted for you while you're doing other things, while you're taking on the champion. They're over there in the cave hunting for rare items, and I think that's pretty dang cool. So yeah, that's about it for this, guys. Like, we have so much more stuff to talk about. Like, I could probably recap some of the older stuff we've been talking about, but we are supposed to get a new set of news on the 14th, I believe. So best believe we'll be here for that, and we will get the video out in a more timely manner. Once again, I'm sorry, technical difficulties happen. That's why this video is coming out so late, but we will have more videos for you. I'm planning to do another Showdown Live coming out pretty soon, and then we have some stuff like comic book stuff, like we're going to be talking about Luke Cage and reviewing it, and probably do an Easter egg video, and things of that nature, so yeah, stay tuned. But either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to give me a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you later. Let us know in your comments down below, by the way, what you guys think about the new update. So, thank you very much for watching. This has been Danny Mac, and remember, just as always, believe the hype. Later.